Hi everybody, welcome to Crandall Reviews, taking a look at the Golden Globe TV nominations, who I would like to see win the big awards on Sunday night when Ricky Gervais returns to host the event. This is not my predictions, this is who I am rooting for. I love Alan Cumming on The Good Wife as Eli Gold. He is hilarious and mean and biting and fantastic, but I think this year one of the shows that has a lot of buzz and a lot of momentum, and I absolutely loved it, was Mr. Robot. So Christian Slater in Mr. Robot. It was so nice to have Christian Slater back on TV in a show that was good, that wasn't some high concept piece of shit, and he really got to show off his chops in the interesting role on Mr. Robot, and I'm going to be rooting for him. To be honest with you, I used to like Downton, I hate it now. I used to like Orange is the New Black, I hate it now. American Crime was one of the most pretentious and overwrought TV shows I tried to watch last year. I haven't seen The Affair yet. And Transparent, I really like Judith Light on it, but she's barely in it, at least in the season that I watched, season 1. So I guess I'm rooting for her just because of Who's the Boss. I would like to see Angela win an award. Hands down, Fargo Season 2 was one of the best seasons of television that I've seen in ages. The best show of the year, and Patrick Wilson really grounded it. Strong, subtle work, and he got to bring a lot of power to it in a quiet way, and I really appreciated that. So I really hope Patrick Wilson wins. Again, I absolutely love Fargo. Kirsten Dunst, it was so nice to have her back in something good. She really disappeared for a few years after the Spider-Man movies, and this was a charming, quirky performance as this real idiot who gets her family into a lot of deep trouble, so I gotta be rooting for her. Rounded out with Fargo has to win this. If Fargo does not win this, I am going to be floored, especially because, like I said, American Crime, pretentious, overwrought, hated it. American Horror Story, not a fan, and this season of Fargo was one of the best shows that I've seen in ages. I'm sure that Jeffrey Tambor is unstoppable in this category, but I gotta say, I absolutely love Aziz. I've loved him for years, and he really stretched his range on Master of None, and he wrote and directed a bunch of episodes, so it was quite an impressive feat. Rob Lowe is killer on The Grinder. He can just crack you up with a look, and I absolutely love that show. It's my favorite new show of the season, so I'm rooting for Aziz and Rob Lowe. I really hope, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be Jeffrey Tambor, but I'm hoping for Aziz or Rob Lowe. Jamie Lee Curtis was a lot of fun on Scream Queens, which is a show that I thought was a lot better, smarter, and more fun than people gave it credit for. But Julia Louis-Dreyfus has been incredible on Veep, and this past season was absolutely the best season of Veep. There is nobody funnier on TV in a show than Julia Louis-Dreyfus on Veep. She absolutely owns that role, and I'm sure she's going to win. I like a lot of these shows. Silicon Valley had a great season. It's one of my favorites on TV right now. Mike Judge just writes such smart, eccentric, goofy characters that I love it. But like I said, Veep had an absolutely flawless season. It was brilliant, and I don't think any of these other shows, even if they are more culturally significant or they maybe had a few more dramatic moments, were as hands down fall on the floor funny as that season of Veep was. So that is what I'm rooting for. For me, Rami Malek really was great in the lead of Mr. Robot, but Bob Odenkirk in Better Call Saul was a revelation. He got a lot more depth and humanity to Saul Goodman playing as Slippin' Jimmy, and it was the rare instance where a prequel actually made you appreciate a character more than you did before, rather than demystifying them to the point of you not giving a shit. That being said, John Hamm as Don Draper is one of those iconic performances that will be with us 50 years from now, And if he wins the award, I'm not going to be upset either, because he was fantastic on that show for its entire run. Now, I love Ava Green in general. She's great on Penny Dreadful. Robin Wright, I've loved since Princess Bride. She's great on House of Cards. But there is no more showy, funny, over-the-top performance on television than that of Cookie Lyon. So Taraji P. Henson for Empire, despite this second season not being quite as good as the first, is my pick for the win, because her role is so much fun. She just chews the scenery in a way that nobody else could, and the way that her and Terrence Howard work together is almost flawless. So I gotta pick Cookie for my pick for that category. As much as I loved Mr. Robot, and as much as I enjoy Empire, come on, Game of Thrones. It's gotta be Game of Thrones. Admittedly, not their best season, but it was pretty damn good. And when Game of Thrones is pretty damn good, it's one of the best shows on television, hands down, and I expect it to win this award just like it won the Emmy. So those are my predictions for the TV side of things on Sunday night. Let me know yours, hit the comments, like the video, don't forget to hit subscribe, and if you enjoy what you see, then check out more Crantastic videos here.